Welcome back to Kinlaig on Farming Simulator 25 Highland Fishing. It's episode 9 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, this video has taken days and days and days to make. I have been incredibly ill. I got the dreaded COVID again. Aren't I lucky? Anyway, I've taken on a rock picking contract. I'm trying to raise the money a little bit for the Kinlaig farm, for Walter's farm. So I'm starting to pick up a few contracts here and there. So I'm going to do this one. Some of the voiceovers being done afterwards. Man, has it been ropey. Temperatures up to 100 degrees. Sweating uncontrollably, absolutely awful, boiling to death. 2 hours later, shivering so badly I'm practically convulsing. Nose freezing cold, can't warm up at all. Fatigued, can barely move. Slept most of Saturday. I've been in bed most of the weekend. I've got up and made one video, went back to bed. Got up Sunday, made a video, went back to bed. And I've been doing this in between Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Today's Monday. Maybe I'll get it finished, who knows. So apologies for delay. It's just, I can't believe I got it again. And they're not doing the jabs anymore. The COVID vaccine thing's not a thing anymore. And my GP keeps saying, because I have asthma, I've had it since I was a kid, you should come in for your flu jab. The last time I went for a flu jab at the doctor said to me that the flu jab is taken from one particular flu virus for that season and is only 30% effective. So if you happen to catch a flu virus that is similar to that strain, it may work. If you don't, it won't. So and that wouldn't stop me getting COVID anyway. So anyway, oh man, what to say? It's Monday morning, and I'm feeling the best I have done. Still feel absolutely exhausted. Could barely get my head off the pillow this morning, but I didn't wake up in the night shivering. And I said to MrSealyp, we're lucky we've got quite a firm mattress. If we had a soft sprung mattress, I would have bounced out the bed the other night. I woke up convulsing. I was shaking, and I couldn't stop. It's that thing you're thinking, if I just calm myself down, if I just relax, it'll stop. No. And that was about an hour and a half. It just went on and on and oh man. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, so stone picking. It pays out quite well. It hasn't stopped raining yet, so I think I'll make the most of the day. What I'm going to also do, I think, is do some rod and reel fishing. So well, I think I'm going to. I know I'm going to. Next job. Thank you to everyone that reached out, everyone that messaged me when I was saying about this, when I showed this on the last episode. And I had people saying, don't forget you've got the lizard forage pickup. That should work with the trailer. And then because I've got the Mow Anywhere pack, because you can mow anywhere, and if you're using the forage wagon from the Mow Anywhere pack, which I am, which happened to match up with the start game equipment, you'll be able to pick the grass up from anywhere, no problem at all. Good shout, or hey. So thank you very much to everyone that mentioned that. So there we are. I've collected it. I do appreciate it. There was quite a few people actually. I've said many times before, often if it's one person I'll make a note of it or try to remember, or I'll go and find it during editing, but quite a few people reached out and suggested, so thank you to everyone that did. You're all absolute stars. That's that job done. On to the next. Our first container of young trout is ready to be moved. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll grab that, move that over to our little pond. This is, like I say, this is the reason why, I know, like again, a few people reached out and said, why didn't you just buy the fish, the young fish factory that's over the other side of the map? Because I didn't want to have to then drive miles to grab my young fish and bring them. I mean, I suppose I could have bought a plot of land, but we already had the land. It made sense. So anyway, yeah, we'll get that in. That'll be running. Then we should get some larger trout, and then hopefully we'll start making some money. That again, that's the plan. And you know, plans and how they survive contact with MrSealyp doesn't always go very well, does it? But we'll see how we go. time to dry off, grab a cup of coffee, then back out again. So as I said earlier, spot fishing, considering it's a rainy day. Now, I'm no fisherman. And I've said many times, I think when we started doing the Highlands fishing stuff, I haven't been fishing since I was a kid. I'm sure there's a lot of very keen anglers out there that do it regularly, whether it's offshore, off boats, down the local canal, lakes, ponds, wherever it may be. But you might even do sea fishing. I'm sure, I remember when I was younger, I might have misremembered this, that when it's raining, the fish like it because it feels like the stuff on the like hitting the surface. Oh, Alistair. Oh, it's raining. Is Alistair's gone? So, oh, my first bottle. Look, we've got a bottle. Oh, oh, that's right. It makes up a book, doesn't it? You don't get paid. What kind of collectibles? Oh, did you get paid at the end? Oh, I assume so. Oh, that's a bit ropey, isn't it? Oh, would you like what? See what I did there? No, no? Okay. Well, anyway. Oh, I thought I'd get paid for that as well. That was a result. That's the first one I've found. I haven't really been. I mean, if I go to odd locations, I'll have a wander around while I'm there to have a look. And it's funny, isn't it? Because your brain goes, well, I wonder if it might be there or it could be there. I'm just thinking now, would there be one on that boat? But how do I get onto the boat? Maybe from the back. Anyway, yeah, so what I'm going to try and do in this episode, I'm going to try and hit some of the challenges. And did I say in the last episode I was talking to Farmer Cop? I might say it again later in this episode. I'll probably do, actually. I might duplicate myself. But you get the targets for whether you're bringing up trash or whether you're... it's not if you're keeping the fish. If you keep the fish, you get paid. But if you put fish back, catch and release, or if you catch trash, you get those bonuses for certain amounts you collect. So what I'll do is that. It's going rather well. And then we'll see what we get for the bonuses and see if they kind of ramp up as we go. I am rushing out to a field in some equipment that I have borrowed from Noah. The rain is incessant, as you've already seen. I've been doing loads of jobs. I'm going to aim for another target in a little while. I'm not sure if it's going to take a while. But yeah, because of the rain, Noah's got some bales that needed wrapping because the rain started hammering down. He's busy doing some logging stuff. So would I be able to come down and... Actually, how do I get into this field? Oh, please don't tell me this is a gated situation. Might be further around. It's not here, is it? I've come the wrong way. What's behind me? Nothing at the moment, but I'll find somewhere to turn around. Yeah, so I need to get those baled for him. It's just a bale wrapping job. I'm not taking the bales or anything like that. I'm just going to wrap them. So yes, anyway, I know I mentioned earlier on about Matt Lyson. I know I said a massive shout out to Farmer Cop for he's been doing some testing and bits and bobs and messaged me about doing the fishing, and it hadn't dawned on me about the bonuses, that you were getting bonuses for the junk, but once you started getting bonuses for putting fish back, obviously that changed things. You think, oh, okay, so you could get bonuses for both, and I wondered whether the bonuses would be the same, so that's why I carried on with it. What I am going to do, because obviously I guess most of you are aware by now, because I'm playing on multiplayer, because I've got multiple farms and accounts set up, you don't get all the information in the information screen. So what I'm going to do at some point, I will go into the game single player, which is dangerous because it merges all the accounts together. But whatever you do, don't save it and don't have auto save on. Check on the stats, because I'm curious to see how many fish I've caught, how many I've thrown back, because I think the next step up, and as you've already seen, we're getting 50 items of rubbish or 50 fish returned to the ocean or river or wherever it might be, was 10 grand. I believe the next step up is 75 grand. So what I'm going to try and do is see whether or not, because our first lot of fishing paid for us to get the Can-Am, whether or not we can afford to buy ourselves a sports fishing boat by doing rod fishing. Where's... Have I missed the gate entrance? Am I losing my marbles? There has to be a way into this field, surely. That would be very remiss if there's no gate. Oh, here we go. If this doesn't open. I haven't come out of the game. It should be fine. Yeah, so that's my plan next, is I'm going to head up towards 200. Whether it be junk, I think it's going to be... There we go. Returned fish over junk. Because obviously you get far less junk. I'll tell you what I did find though. You know, you get various different hot spots here and there. Out by the old mill's a hot spot. I found most of the fish I was getting there were the 100s, which is fine if you're doing catch and release and you just want to get catch and release. It doesn't really matter. So all I was doing was keeping the 200s, keeping the 400s, the 100s returning, which is great. But let me show you on the map. I don't know if it'll be the same for you or not. If you come out here, and probably another reason I could do with the sport boat anyway. I swam across because I'm a bit leery like that, over to the lighthouse island, and I came out to about this point about here, this little bump out here, so about there-ish. That was a hot spot, but I mostly got 200s and 400s off there, the odd 100 here and there, but mostly 2s and 4s. So if you just want to bolster your money, that worked out really well. So like I say, I'm just going to try a few things out. And we do have our cultivator, so I think what we might do as well is take up a few cultivating contracts for Kinlaig Farm, and then what I've got to make sure I do every time I go and do fishing, I swap out onto my account, because that's where I'm trying to raise my money. It kind of, I'm thinking of along the lines of Bullseye. And if you're not from the UK, you probably have never heard of Bullseye. It was like a darts thing, and it was family entertainment basically. A game show type thing, and there were various different prizes and stuff, but the grand prize, the big prize was always a speedboat. And it was weird because I always remember watching it as a kid, and it was at a time when most people weren't particularly affluent. A lot of people didn't have a lot of spare money. My dad worked shift work, didn't have a lot of overtime, and when he did, it went on stuff that we needed for the house and that kind of stuff. We didn't have a ton of money growing up. I think a lot of people across the UK were the same. You know, people didn't have a lot of money, and it just always made me smile, and it still does to this day, that the epitome of what was considered to be luxury, absolute luxury, was to have a speedboat, like a sports boat. And it's odd, isn't it? Because I think most people would have preferred to have the money. I don't know whether anyone that won it ever just sold it straight away. And the amount of people that were in, not strange places around the country, but sort of landlocked, that weren't along the coast or whatever, would try and desperately to win a speedboat. And I just suddenly thought, I'm going to get a motorboat, sports boat, because why not? And all I've got to do is a bit of fishing, so why not? And will I use it for anything in particular? Probably not. What was it, 55 grand for the sports boat? And now I'm thinking, is that a waste of money? Could I be using that 55 grand on something else? But I thought, no, you know what? Again, I want to experience all the stuff, and I know a lot of people out there will have already, you know, including content creators, will have already put money in, will have already done whatever they're doing to be able to utilise it, use it early. And I know there's a lot of guys out there, I know all Stuart and all the guys that have been messaging me, Stuart and Tom and all these different people showing me images and pictures of their farms and what they've been doing. And if you decide, you know what, money's no object, I'm going to put a load of money in and I'm just going to build a new farm, I'm going to build this, I'm going to build that, that's absolutely fantastic. And like I keep saying, play the game the way you want to play it. If you want to build a completely new farm, that's awesome. But within the realms of what I do, as a let's play and a storyline, like I've said many times before, it's interesting how different people watch different content creators and get different things from it. Some content creators will, it's like money's no object, and they'll do whatever they want to do, and they'll play however they want to play it, and people lap it up. They love that kind of content. You've got people that do the whole, you know, like Dagwin always used to, and VF, the sort of realism experiment type things, full-blown storylines, the whole, you know, and people absolutely lap that up. I seem to be somewhere kind of stuck in the middle. If I do anything that's ever even slightly unusual or odd or, in inverted commas, cheaty, I get clobbered. So I kind of, it's difficult, isn't it? So I always find when I'm doing a story or a let's play or whatever I'm doing, that I have to, within the realms of me earning money. Who was it messaged me the other day? And it was a really nice comment. It started off like, you know, I don't want this to come across as rude or anything like that. But the point wasn't rude at all. It was to do with contract work, because I do a lot of contract work, and I was saying about, you know, contracts and how do you earn money otherwise if, you know, if you haven't got any other means of income when you start out. And the person said, I prefer doing farming myself for my farm, for what I'm doing, because I'm more invested in it. If I'm doing contract work, I'm not invested in doing it because it's not for me, it's not for the farm. Why am I doing it? It's a fair point, but like I keep saying, there are plenty of farmers out there that do contract work for other farmers. There are plenty of contracting companies that don't have their own farms but do contract work for farmers. And to be fair, I guess, whilst it seems a bit capitalist and a bit merciless or whatever, the reward is the payment. You're getting paid to do contract work for farmers, whatever it is you're doing, and you're getting paid. If that money then goes into running your farm to buy equipment and machinery you want or need, that's kind of the payoff, I guess. Anyway, like I say, it wasn't rude, it wasn't nasty, it was a very respectful, nice comment. And I like that when you get a kind of, it almost kind of opens up a dialogue. Not always a dialogue where I will respond to the comment, but like now I can respond to it here to a broader audience, to kind of explain things. Anyway, yeah, so that's where we're at. This should be the last bale, and we should be able to take the equipment back and we'll get paid. I'm going to drop this on the way back. So Noah's bales now, whilst they are a bit soggy, he hasn't now got to wait ages and ages and ages for them to dry out before they can be wrapped, so I've done that for him. Like I say, I might pick up some cultivating contracts. Actually, while we're back over there, we might as well fog that up. There you go. Contract finished. Make sure before I complete the contract I close the gate, because it's only right and proper. Oh, I could really do with just stopping in for a cup of coffee. It's a dismal day. So, this is the menu that I was talking about a while ago, last episode, or this episode, I can't remember what it was. And I can only access it on single player, so I had to jump back in on single player, which blends all my accounts, farms together. But that's the thing. So, caught trash 53, sold fish 111, released fish 122. So, we cleared the 100, which we've done. Now we're aiming for... Did I put that up on the thing? Did that come up? I think it did. Now I'm going for 200. Because Farmer Cop said there's a target at 200. Or he thinks there's a target at 200. So I'm going for 200. And see what happens there. It's going to take a while, but that's the next one we're going to head for. But I wasn't sure whereabouts I was. And on multiplayer, you can't access this menu. It doesn't show you. Because obviously it'd have to have then targets for everybody. And it would get a little bit complicated, I think. So yeah, we'll see. Holy moly, I was not expecting that. The jump from 75 grand to 500,000, that's nuts. I'm inside from the rain, and as you've just seen, it seems that rod fishing pays very... Who said that rod fishing doesn't pay well? Yes, it's taken a while. I just kept plugging away until I hit the 200. 500 grand for the 200, which will be the same for... I don't think it's the same if you keep the fish, but if you do trash, I mean, you get far less trash. Unless you can find a spot on the map where all you're pulling up is trash all the time, which that could work, I suppose, if you can find a spot. Anyway, we're on the main farm account at the moment, having done that last cultivating contract. That's up to 135,666. So what we're going to do now, switch to mine, and my account... It's on 615,157. That is all from catching fish. And all of the stuff's there. You've seen all the different targets I hit. It's nuts. So I'm going to buy my sport boat. Then the rest of the money I'm moving over into the main farm account. So we can buy some stuff on the main farm account. That's the plan. That's what I'm going to do. Help water out. The water's also had an idea actually. So I don't need to go outside to show you, do I? The flatbed that we got water, the MAN, that's out in the barn over there, Don't get me wrong, water likes it. Do I feel a bit let down? Maybe. But he's been talking about trying to be a bit more professional if we're delivering stuff down to the docks, if we're delivering stuff around the area. And said about maybe getting like a box truck, something like that. And we've had one recently that popped up. It was, where is it? Here. The Dragon box truck. I'm pretty sure we paid about 45 grand for the flatbed. So maybe, well, he wants to get one. I think it looks pretty cool. I've always referred to these sort of Japanese style mini trucks. They do all different sorts of them, don't they? I like it. So maybe we'll get one of those. But I'm going to transfer the money over. That will enable us to get the spraying equipment that the farm needs. So once I've ordered my boat, it needs to be delivered. We'll go down to the docks and we'll get that. And hopefully at some point, I'm showing clouds up on the weather forecast, but what time are we at now? 4:24. It's been raining all day. And that's why I thought, you know what, I'll take the rainy day to just do some fishing, do a bit. Could I have made more money doing other jobs? Maybe. Did I want to? Not particularly. One of the new mods that came out the other day as well, from Yoss, we've got the Liftable Bales and Pallets pack. We've got the, what's it called? Oh, my mind's blanked. We go into this menu here and we go across to our tools. We've got this pack here, which is the Farm Pallet Shop and the Farm Pallet Shop Free. There's now this, the Farm Pallet Shop Highlands Fishing, which will only work with the Highlands Fishing expansion if you've got it. And that one there now also gives you extensions on it, so you can have a small, a medium and a large size, so you can spawn pallets that are only on the Highlands Fishing expansion if you wanted to. Like I say, you've got one that you only pay for them and then one where they're free as well. That is available now if you're looking for something to make your life a little bit easier for doing things that you're doing, maybe. Although I did find when I had it on my test map, everything, when I clicked on it, said unknown. It didn't say what it was. You could tell what it was by the pallets until you got to the fish, because you've got the young fish, trout and salmon, then senior fish, trout and salmon, but you couldn't tell from the box. I mean, you probably could, you know, but it just didn't say. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to order the boat. We'll get that delivered, and then I'll probably see you probably October, I guess. Hopefully the rain will stop. It's late now. It's going to start getting dark. I'm going to put the kettle on again because I'm soaking wet, and I'll see you in the morning. The rain has finally stopped. I know I said I'd see you probably in October now. Looks like we've got some sun coming as well. It'd be nice for the evening, wouldn't it, after all the rain we've had? Good for the ground. Good for the crops, although we haven't... Oh, we have got some grass in the ground. I haven't even been up the field to check that. I'm going to grab the can now. I'm going to head down to the docks. As you've just seen, my boat's been delivered. We ordered it. It's been delivered. And when I say delivered, you know what I mean. Delivered, you know. Anyway, so it's time to do the right thing for watering the farm. I mean, at the end of the day, we just did a bit of fishing, didn't we? I think I might go for the next trash targets. I'm assuming, I don't know, again, this is a big assumption, I haven't spoken to Farmer Cop. Someone messaged me, probably a couple of days after the Highlands expansion came out and said, was it when I was live streaming? And said you can earn over $1 million doing rod fishing, and my brain automatically thought you probably can, but it's going to take you forever. I knew there were a couple of targets, but didn't realise, that was a thing. So I don't know whether the next target would be 300, because it was, what did we do? 5, 10, 50, 100, 200, or do you think it will jump from 200 to 500? No, that would be insane, wouldn't it? I don't know if I can do another 100. The trash one I might go for the next one, I don't know. The interesting thing as well was, with my single player game, but on multiplayer, if it makes sense. If you watch my setup video, you know what I'm talking about. If you switch accounts, so if I switch from farm to farm to farm, you'll start the targets again. Because I accidentally went off to do some fishing and hadn't changed off of the Kinlaig farm account, and I hit that first target again. I thought, that's weird, I've already done this target. Didn't realise. That's what made me realise I was still on the same account. So you can hit them multiple times. And if you do that with it on multiple accounts, you can then move the money around. And talking of moving the money around, I think what we'll do now is the time to do the right thing. So I'm going to... Actually, I don't need to do that, do I? Oh yeah, I need to switch to the account. Then I need to go across here to farm management. This is what you do. This is how you move it about. So Kinlaig farm, transfer money to farm. What have we got left? 506. Shall I move 500 grand? Leave a little bit for myself. A little bit of walking around money just in case. Transfer. Leaves me with 60 grand. And the farm. Now the farm's doing all right, isn't it? Let's come back out of there. Oh, that's right, yeah. Only moved 509 and we had 135 grand. So yeah, Kinlaig Farm's now got 635 grand all off the back of fishing. I know it's Highlands fishing. I don't know why I'm so surprised by that. But the rod fishing, I don't know I didn't know what to expect. Let's just that. So what we're going to do now, I'm just going to whiz down. I've got my chainsaw, so we are going to at some point get on some forestry. There was a thing I haven't checked on here. Did I check it when I did the mod review? Do we have a winch on the front? Is that just the look of the thing? Oh, no, it's not, is it? Oh. Boo. Boo. Just want to whiz up and check on our grass field. I can't remember. Have we gone ahead another month or half a month since we last checked that? Still got some puddles on the ground. We can check on our fishes and things on our way through. I want to head down to the harbour, grab the boat. Oh look, we've got a bit of sun coming out. What a lovely... Oh yeah, we have. Look, we've got some grass on the ground. Oh no, that was our grass from before. No, this is the bit we've redone. Because I haven't rolled it. I'm all over the place, honestly. I know I was saying earlier on about it not being well. It was so bad. I know I've had it 4 times now. This is the 5th or whatever. I don't know. This certainly was not like any flu I've ever had, and it was up there with the worst I had when I had COVID before. I was sat here trying to do one of my videos, and I started to feel cold, started to shiver. MrSealyp grabbed me a blanket, I had a blanket wrapped around me, trying to warm myself up. I was trying to type the description for the episode. My hands were shaking so badly I couldn't type. It was gobbledygook. It was insane, absolutely insane. Oh yeah, there we go. We've got some eggs coming out. Chickens are doing their thing. Awesome. And I think tomorrow we'll have a look and we'll see what contracts are available tomorrow. Like I say, we can't really put anything in our fields yet. because the crops I wanted to do, I don't know what crops I want to do. I guess I want to get to a point where we're going to do some soybean, definitely. And I suppose, thinking about it, we should really have put some more. I haven't got time now, have I? I've left it too late. We have got some wheat. We have got some barley in storage. I'll say we need to do some flour, don't we? Because if we're going to do, oh mind you, it means buying the great big. I'm just thinking of making fish food, making our own fish food. I guess I probably should close this door as well because I've left this open for ages, and that's going to be getting damp and stuff in there, isn't it? I'm using some for chicken feed, but we have got some. So yeah, we're going to need flour. We're going to need soybean. Plus, we're going to need some oil as well, aren't we? So maybe those crops have to go in at some point. Anyway, we'll see if I even get to that point. Oh, there we go. Ah, right. So this is where things have changed a little bit. See these? These aren't normal. That's normal. These aren't. These are the new ones I was talking about. So if you have the Yoss's liftable pallets and yeah, liftable, is it liftable or just liftable pallets mod, Highlands fishing. Once you've got that installed, any new pallets that spawn will be the new pallets. But does it say at the bottom what it is? Young salmon, young trout. Yeah, it does. That's weird because if you go to like the little store thing, it just kept saying unknown. Oh, that's cool. So the young trout can come over here. They're going to go into here. So they're going to keep chugging away. My pallet of fish food has gone. Okay, that's odd. How bizarre. Okay, well that's all right. So that's an old one. That's a new one. So these are the trout, the salmon. We're going to be selling the salmon because we don't have an offshore. Oh, did I just put the wrong one in? Hang on a minute. Young salmon. Why was that flicking between the two? Somewhere in between. That says young trout. I haven't got anything there. Oh, that's the building, isn't it? Right, yeah, so 2 young salmon. They can go off. We'll be selling those. Will we do an offshore fishery? Potentially. I mean, I suppose we've got enough money. We could do it, couldn't we? And get some salmon going offshore. Oh, that hadn't even crossed my mind. With the money, we really could, couldn't we? Just get a small one, just a 2 thing. I mean, no, it doesn't run as fast, the 2-1. But I'm thinking, like I say, a lot of people have shown me stuff. Show me how you do that thing. Anyway, yeah, do it just enough offshore, but put a bridge in. That's another good point as well. While we're talking of that, if you're going to do that, does that mean... that's curious then, because the people that showed me that, how would you put a bridge in if you can't buy the land up to it? So you can't buy that land. So if I put one offshore, how do I put a bridge out to it? Because normally you have to own the land to bridge out, or do you bridge back from it? Oh, maybe. It's a bit of a risk, isn't it? Because the problem I've got then is, oh, I want. Okay, I wonder then. Whoops. If I'm using the liftable stuff now, could I lift stuff onto my boat, onto my new sport boat? I'm going the wrong way, but that's all right. Oh, we'll go this way. Onto the sport boat. I love it after it's rained and you've got the puddles on the road. I think it's absolutely brilliant. I suppose we could. Right, I'll see you down at the docks. I just want to have a go with the boat before we move on. So what do? I don't want to do it all in one go. That's the problem. I'm like kind of, oh, excited. I want to do this, I want to do that. But seeing as we've got the young salmon, it seems a bit daft selling the stuff immediately. If now that I've done all that fishing and it took an absolute age, and that was the thing as well, I would do something, go back to bed, get up, you know. But I didn't have the wherewithal. I couldn't think straight. I was all over the place. But just doing the fishing, I could just about cope with that. I'd just sit back with my head against the sofa, just doing that for ages. So, where was it put in? Long here, wasn't it? So I think I'm thinking if I can do that and put a bridge to the shore. Yeah, it was here, wasn't it? Then we could have the bridge bit as our own personal jetty, couldn't we? I suppose that's something that we could have. I'm not going to say should have, but could have had put in was like one of these as a placeable. That would have been quite cool. Then you can place one along the coast or something if you wanted to. There she blows. Look what you could have won. And we did. We won big time. Yeah, if we've got liftable, we could put fish food on here. Then we wouldn't have to buy the big cargo vessel. I don't need. We could buy the big cargo vessel. I don't necessarily need to. The frustrating thing is I want to use it, but it's a lot of money. I suppose we should pay off some of the bank loan as well, shouldn't we? We did borrow a fair bit of money. We haven't paid any off yet. Let's try and get away from the dock a little bit here. It really doesn't like being up against stuff. I find it manoeuvres better in reverse than it does forwards, bizarrely, until you've got some speed up. Oh, come on now. I got my own boat! Woohoo! I must say it's not something I've ever particularly coveted in real life, but hey. Can we go under the bridge? I'm trying to think. I'm sure somebody messaged me and said, when I showed the video and said about where you can place the fisheries and stuff, the offshore fisheries, I'm sure someone said you can place the offshore fisheries past the bridge as well. So if you can, you must be able to go there by boat. It also means I can go to my favourite fishing spot out by the lighthouse without getting my feet wet now. I can use my boat. A nice, well, early evening I suppose, I think 5:15, but bit of a whiz round. Come on. What do we do? Cool. Now, do I want to go through the middle? Can I go under anywhere? I don't want to suddenly go clonk and submerge. Mind you, and I'd have a submarine, that'd be quite cool. It's a pity you can't change the colour of these as well. Personalise them a little bit. Doesn't look like we've got anything covered. Yes, we can. Nice. Yes, I'm thinking. A little bit further up to the lighthouse there. Maybe offshore here. That'll be for another episode. We'll have a fiddle around with that. See if we can do a small offshore fishery. I'm sure other people have already done it. I'm not saying they haven't. I just haven't yet. I've seen some images, some stuff people have sent me, some ideas, and I thought, oh, I like that. Stuart sent me some stuff, and Tom sent me some stuff, and I've had all different people sending me images. Farmer Foley's been messaging me. I've had messages from Pete, all sorts of people. Thank you to everyone that keeps reaching out. It's very, very cool of you. So, do I now go all the way back? I suppose we could do it for here, maybe. So, I mean, as soon as you stop accelerating, it doesn't turn so well. Okay, it's not too bad. Just blip the throttle. Now, I don't want to beach this thing. Might just like Sam, just think if I can do it like here. Nice smooth approach, and then come on, because there's a tendency to just keep going. I'll have to tie that off, hopefully Hopefully it doesn't drift away. I'll go back to the Can-Am. Lighthouse is just there, so I'm going to do my fishing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it will work. But we can try that another point. Anyway, that's that bit done. So in the morning then, do we get the box truck? We're going to get the spraying equipment, I think. So we can pick up some spraying contracts if needs be. What else were we going to get? I don't know whether to build that windmill. I don't know whether to go down that route or not. We are definitely going to do some logging because our biggest resource... I was thinking earlier, you know, or the other day I was thinking, what's our biggest resource that we've got on the farm already? We've got fields, but I'm not utilising them until we get round to when we can plant the crops I want to plant. So what's our other resource we've got? We've got sheep, we've got cows. I want to put another cow pasture in, but we're going to do one amongst the trees. Maybe we could do that. Maybe that would be another episode. I don't know. Maybe we could do the fishery and the cows in this. I don't know. I'm just rolling through ideas at the moment here. My brain's fizzing again, which is nice. I like that. I felt very dull and lethargic the last few days, so it's nice that my brain's actually working. Others may debate that. Yeah, I don't know. Let's have a think. Do I get the van for him that he wants, the box truck? We've got the money to do that. Actually, before I do anything, well, I suppose what we should double check is if we do go down the route of getting an aquaculture, the 2 plot one. So the 2 plot is 125 grand. Okay, I mean it's up there, isn't it? If we swing it around that way and bring that right up. Oh, actually, look, we can come. Huh? I mean, we can be right here. Where's our boat? Have I missed the boat on the shore? Where's... Why is the boat not showing? Where's my boat? There's a... Am I at the wrong place? Oh, there is. Oh, look at that. We can bring it right to there. We can step onto it. I won't even need to... We could just load stuff on with a telehandler. We can just drive down to there. Oh, that's mint. Don't even need a bridge. We can load and unload with the telehandler. Just get it built right there. Get our fish in the water, a bit of salt water on them. Get those running. That does save having the cargo ship. I mean, I could then just bring my boat up against the side of that sort of jetty bit. I mean, is it kind of a bit cheaty? Is it a bit wrong maybe? Do I want to put a little bridge in? Maybe. We'll have a think about it. The other thing as well is, can I access this? Oh yeah, we can access it from the road here if we need to. Cool. Right. Actually, I can't help myself. Contracts. See, we've got fertilising ones there I'm missing out on. There's all these. I know it sounds ridiculous, but I would usually be leaping at all these sorts of things. Oh, what's that one for? Sorghum. Yeah, spraying, so we could do herbiciding. If I'm going to do that, I'm going to need to get some concentrate and stuff. Right. See you in the morning. Just doing my morning rounds. Looks like we've got more rain coming. That'll be nice. 7:40 in the morning. It looks like the grass is growing back from where we cut it. We haven't got full-blown meadow grass. It allowed me to place these here. I took everything else away when I made the ramp, but I can't remove these. They're obviously a little bit too far in. But that's not showing meadow grass yet. I suppose because it's not fully grown. But anyway, we've got more eggs. We've got some more wool. I've been up and I've rechecked on the fish. I've moved all of the young trout over to the trout pond. So we've got over 8,000 litres of young trout in the trout pond now. Silage is fully fermented. That's ready to be uncovered and used if we need to, when we need to. I say when we need to. We are going to be doing total mix ration, I think, because we are, like I say, going to do another animal pen. This is all our young salmon. That's a spare young trout. These are all 2,000, aren't they? Yeah, they're all 2,000. So like I say, I was going to sell all those, but I think if we are going to do an offshore we'll keep them because they're going to be useful. Although I'm a bit concerned because we've only gone through another month. So what we've done, 2 months now or a month? I can't remember how long we've done now since we placed this. I hope the payout, I hope the juice is worth the squeeze, because the fish food's expensive, fairly expensive to buy, and we're not getting as much out as I thought. We ran out. We ran out. I had a little bit left over here, so I put that in here. That's going to run out very soon as well. Don't know how I feel about it. We still haven't got a full one over here yet. We're working on it, and there's still no fish in here, which I know a lot of people have said it's not on. Because and I've said the same thing when I did all my prep and stuff, and I did all my fisheries. I'm sure one of the images we were sent out, or got to have a look, I'm seeing there now, that we got to have a look at, showed fish in the pond, but you know, I certainly haven't had any. Anyway, I'm going to head down, and we are going to get the last couple of bits, or we're going to get a couple of bits that Walter has wanted. We're going to get a sprayer, we're going to get some concentrate, we're going to get the box truck. I think we're going to keep the MAN as well. He likes them both. This is probably good for knocking around bales and bits and bobs and things like that. Maybe we might get rid of this at the end of the day. I just thought it might be quite nice, but anyway, because the Ford was loud, that's nice. But now he wants a box truck. Hey, what Walter wants, Walter gets, is his farm. I'm just now invested in the farm, which is cool. Oh yeah, that was something we were going to do as well, weren't we? Let's do the right thing. Let's go across to our finances. Let's pay off a little bit of the loan. Let's repay 5, 10, 15, 20,000 off the loan. So we borrowed 200. We've now got 180,000 left to pay. Could we pay off more at the moment? Yeah, probably. But I think what we need to do is utilise that money for other things, and then we start reaping the reward of those things we're going to do. Then that money can pay it off, I think. Yeah, we'll do that. 20 grand. That's not a bad payment. If you were paying off 20 grand a month on a loan, that's quite a large loan payment. Anyway, let's go down and grab this stuff. So I drive down and walk down. You know what? I'm going to enjoy while the sun's out. It's looking misty down there, though. It's a bit murky. We've just finished filling out our paperwork down at the administration section. So, we're about 100 grand in. 100 grand? Yeah. For the spraying rig, for the actual trailed section was about 5 grand. For, well, 51 for that. Yeah. Isn't that gorgeous? I like mini trucks. Like I said, I think they're very, very cool. That box truck version is awesome. Love it. Yeah, that was just over 5 grand. That was 46 because we've got the Trimble, we got the weed seeker, and we got all the bells and whistles. So that will do our spot application for herbicide. It will do our fertilizing as we want it to do. We haven't got sensors on our tractor though. I've picked up 4 of each of the concentrates. We've got our herbicide, we've got our fertilizer, so we can mix that with water. We're good to go with that. And we've got our mini lorry. So what I'm going to do is we'll get in this, start that up. Should we just sell one and yes, tension straps as well. Come on. I'm going to load up the concentrate. We'll take that back. And then I'll come down and grab the other stuff later on. I mean, at the end of the day, this episode has mostly been about the fishing. To be fair, I say that it's been mostly about the fishing. We also did. I haven't actually looked at the contracts for today. We did a bale wrapping contract. I've done a load of. I mean, I know I did them all off camera, but I did a load of cultivating contracts. We've done a ton of fishing. We've learned a load of challenges, a load of bonuses. We bought some new equipment and machinery. I bought a new boat. It's been pretty good. We've done a lot more than I thought we were going to do. But then I say it has been. I mean, now we're on day 4, so it's been 4 days worth, potentially even 5. Did I start recording this on Thursday last week? I can't remember. It's been a while. But anyway, like I say, I'm going to load this up, get this done. And the next episode, we'll see. I've got a whole load more stuff to do. We've got a whole load of stuff I've got kind of in my head planned. we'll see where it takes us. Actually, before we move on, let's see what we've got available today under the various different contracts. Oh, that's not a bad one. 8 grand for cultivating. Harvesting contracts. Anything changed? Anything standing out that looks cotton? That's a curious one. Mowing. I don't mind a mowing contract. That pays out quite well. And if I just do the mowing, it will pay out quite well. I'm going to accept the contract on that. But if we've got the mow anywhere thing, we could pick up the grass. Because we've got a second. Do I need the extra grass? I don't really. Or if I took the grass and laid it out, we could make more hay. We could do some more hay baling. It's a bit nefarious, but we could. Oh, it's Katie again. Katie that stitched us up with the onion contract. I'm going to accept the contract on that. We'll do the mowing contract to get that done. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest, whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.